Ayan. So, since we have... Ay, wait lang, wait lang.
Okay.
Sorry, ang kulit ng...
Nasaan si Moy?
Ito, ang kulit. Pinalat yung gamit ko. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so ayan, since it's already 6 p.m., we have to start on time so we will be able to attend the 7 p.m. training. So we have a lot of training today. It's November 1 and happy All Saints Day. And thank you for being here kasi grabe, talagang commitment 'yan, 'di ba? Talagang makikita mo yung dedication nyo. And I believe na where you spend your holiday is what will determine your future success kasi you will have your lifetime holiday na, diba? Because of this learning, because of this skill na matututunan nyo today. So right now, I'd like to introduce, of course, our speaker for tonight, and he will be discussing, of course, the NFP, diba, briefing, para at least aware tayo on what's gonna happen sa non-farm payroll, 'di ba? Normally ito inaabangan to ng mga traders, 'di ba? Inaabangan to ng mga kumbaga natin, 'di ba? Para at least malaman natin kung talagang akit ba to o babagsak, 'di ba? Para doon from the forecast and yung mga historical data doon natin malalaman on what's gonna happen next. Okay? So ngayon, let me introduce our speaker for tonight. Ayan, 'di ba? Let us all welcome type 1 to welcome our speaker, Coach Carl! Woo! Grabe,
Maraming
ang payat
salamat
mo na,
po.
Coach Carl.
Ay talaga. At tumatalab yung ginagawa kong ganun.
Yes, tumatalab.
Ayun. So
Ayan,
guys,
welcome.
just allow me to share my screen para inyo makita no, yung ating presentation material. Ayun. Kita naman po ba?
Yes.
Ayan. So again, magandang gabi. So ako nga po pala si Carlo from access.com. And yeah, most or some of you na nakikipag-communicate sa broker, definitely ako po yung tinatanong nila kung anong gagawin sa inyo. Ayun. Alright. So again, allow me to welcome you also to our webinar tonight, which is an NFP briefing. So tonight, just to set expectations, what we're going to talk about would be the possibilities as moving forward as the data arrives. Kasi alas 8:30 pa po ang labas ng data. So, syempre, sabi nga nila, while I was discussing this with Madam Lady, no, when we were formulating this monthly activity, ang nasa isip namin was to, of course, naniniwala pa rin kami doon sa concept na failing to plan is planning to fail. So, para mas somehow mag-improve ang ating chances, no, we are going to analyze what's going to transpire in the upcoming NFP data release. Okay. All right. So, konting risk disclaimer lang po. Ayan. That itong industry natin ay may kaakibat na risk. Ayan. Alright, so ito na po ba ang mga content? So basically, discuss na natin yung NFP, its effects, no, sa mga assets na tinatrade natin, some trading tips that you could use, some backtests and charting, and of course, the conclusion. Okay. So ano po ba ang NFP? Basically, this is a non-farm payroll. It's a monthly report. Yes, it's a monthly report that estimates the net number of jobs generated in the US in the previous month. So kung November ang labas niyan, ang pinag-uusapan nating data would be data coming from the previous month, which is October. And it provides us, or it provides everybody, the data, in particular, the net number of jobs generated in the United States in the previous month. So basically, kaya siya tinawag na non-farm, meaning it includes all industries except the agricultural sector. Ayan. And also, syempre, di na rin kasama dyan yung mga nasa private household employment, pati syempre yung sa non-profit organizations, because the assumption is hindi rin naman ganun ka-significant ang magiging changes dito sa mga sectors na ito as far as employment is concerned. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Okay. So, basing this, no, based on the information, particularly for fundamental data, that there is a high impact In particular, pagdating sa employment data, doon as far as the US dollar value is concerned, no? Somehow, malaki yung impact ng employment in ensuring malaki ang impact na employment in relation to the outcome of the US dollar as it moves. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nga naman, the mindset is kapag mas maraming tao may trabaho, mas maraming tao ang may access sa pera. So, mas maraming tao may access sa pera, mas marami silang pang bili. And of course, an economy is driven by consumption of goods and services. At kung mas maraming tao may access sa pera, syempre, in turn, mas gaganda yung economy. Since mas mabilis ang magiging exchange ng goods and services and of course, ng currency. Mas malaki rin ang magiging demand for the asset. Okay? Alright, so ang NFP po, lumalabas po siya, or non-farm payroll, lumalabas on every first Friday of the month. Although, on a non-precedent basis ito, so hindi po lagi, no? Ganon. So may mga panahon naman na nakaano siya, na week after, no? Kahit kunwari, uno ngayon, lumalabas siya, next week na kasi hindi pa nga available yung data, nangyayari yun. May mga panahon ganon. Okay? And it is also considered to be the most volatile news event. Ito yung news na sobrang dami ng galaw, no? Sobrang laki ng galaw ng ating market. In particular, mga US-based market. Okay. So, dalawa lang naman ang potential outcomes. Actually, tatlo. Pero pag-usapan natin yung dalawang major, which is ito, so kapag strong ang NFP report, meaning mataas yung higher than expected or greater than expected ang lumalabas na job growth, definitely magiging mas positive siya sa US dollar. Kapag mahina naman ang NFP report, negative naman siya sa US dollar. Kapag naman hindi masyadong malayo ang pagiging strong or hindi masyadong malayo ang pagiging weak, magkokos lang po yan ng volatility at the release of news. Tandaan natin ha, magkokos lang po yan ng volatility but it would not really affect ang outcome ng US dollar for the rest of the month unless lumabas ang CPI numbers next week. Okay? Yun po yung confirmatory. Ito yung precursor, yun yung confirmatory. Okay? So, naintindihan po ba so far? Pa-type naman po ng konting react dyan so that we would know kung gets po ang ating mga sinasabi. And by the way, if you have questions, feel free to type it there, no, sa chat box, or you can also unmute and ask your questions, no? So, para masagot natin siya. Alright? So wag pong mahiya, di baling magkamali po, especially kung nagsisimula pa lamang tayo, okay lang po magkamali. Ang mahirap sa trade tayo, magkamali. Okay. All right. So what are the effects of the NFP? Basically, it has a significant impact for major pairs. And of course, the gold. And also sa US stocks, including indices. No? So, yeah. Right. So, yeah, basically, yan na yung sinabi natin kanina. So, how do you trade the NFP? There are many ways to go about it, no? There are many ways to go about it. So, usually, no, ang pinakamagandang kailangan natin gawin is to check, no, yung magiging trend niya over a long period of time at hindi lang basta yung resulta on the day itself. So, syempre, kung meron consistent job growth on a over a period of time, syempre, mas maganda siya magiging data. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. And at the same time, if definitely if there are instances where the NFP numbers are trending downwards, of course, it is a sign that the numbers are weakening. Okay. So allow me to share a website where we can check these data. Yeah. So that website is Trading Economics. Tapos hanapin niyo lang. Just look for United States non-farm payrolls. Yeah. Can you see our screen? Ayan. Pwede po bang pa-react kung kita na po ang ating screen? Yes po, thank you. I just received information that one of the leaders, great leaders of the economy is here. Sunny is here. Yan. So, hi Sunny. Good to have you on board.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh, there you go. All right. Right. Seems everybody's excited when when they heard your voice, huh? Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, we appreciate your attendance too. All right. So yeah, going back here in our NFP data over the period of the past year, yung September NFP data natin was astronomically higher than expected. It is at 254,000 new jobs generated for that period. Okay. So now, there was, in the past month, we established na merong downtrend, no, in the jobs data. However, with the current break of the 216,000 level, there is now a stronger outlook for the US employment rate or even the non-farm payroll results. However, since this is an astronomical number, dahil medyo mataas siya, somehow, ang ating mga analysts globally, thought of na hindi siya, na itong ating upcoming NFP numbers will not be as high as this one. So, we'll see. Okay? All right. So, which assets would you trade in particular so that you'd be able to maximize the NFP data? So, you have these assets. So, any asset that has something to do with the US dollar. So, you can opt to trade these. So, if there are signals coming out for these assets at around 8 o'clock in the evening, so feel free to check out these assets. So basically, all major pairs, and then indices, and of course, metals. All right? Okay, so here are some trading tips natin. So yeah, so first and foremost, just remember, when you are trading during NFP, you must be very much ready to react to these data. So, but if you have a current open position, you just need to be really mindful because again, we would expect a lot of volatility, a lot of movement, maraming galaw dyan. That can potentially, cause you financial gains or syempre potential losses because expected that na natin yan na meron talagang slippage dyan. In particular, mamaya 8:30 Philippine time. Okay? So, in-expect na natin talaga yung mga slippages dyan. So, just be ready to react. So, before the release, if you are a scalper, just first choose your asset and then number 2, focus on the price charts to identify your plot points, which are your significant prices, at least 15 minutes before the news release. And then, if you can, place pending orders below the low.
Oras
And
na ba? Dito din eh.
ayan,
Kailangan
6:15 pa lang po sa Pilipinas. Ayan. Alright. So, place pending orders below the low and buy orders above the highs for stops. And at the same time, your take profit may be placed at a price equal to the high or low of the corresponding trading range. So if you're looking at the daily chart or H4 chart, you can see this. Later, we will show you via MT5. And once one order triggers, cancel the other order. This is one way to go about it. If you are a news trader, you can employ this strategy. Okay, after the release, you always expect that the prices will move in a V-shaped reversal always. Because, bakit? Siyempre, the institutions, the big fish in the huge aquarium called CFD trading or Forex, they would like to trade with a better price in mind. Thus, If NFP data is positive for the USD, then definitely they would like to buy at a lower price compared to the current price. But if the NFP data is not so good, then definitely they would want a better price to sell their USD. So they will pump up the prices a little bit and then sell at a higher price. That's where the slippages come in. So yeah, so we really need to wait for this data to identify whether it will go down first before it goes up or it goes up first before it goes down. So my question is, how much or is the probability that the same scenario where the institutions will pump it or pump the price at a better price before it actually moves on the proper direction? Well, the likelihood based on our data is about 83%. Yeah. So yeah, just be ready for this, just in case. All right. But then, if you are into swing trading, I would also suggest that you look into our CPI numbers next week. And once that's done, once you have that and your NFP and your CPI data, yeah, and your NFP, CPI data are both aligned, both are positive for the US dollar. I mean, the outcomes, no? Kapag positive sila parehas, definitely expect that the US dollar will move within that month, or kaya in this case within the whole of November, it will either be positive or negative. Kung if they're aligned, no, the good for USD and data, then positive yan. Lalakas na US dollar. But then fundamentally, if mahina naman ang NFP data, then definitely expect natin for NFP and of course CPI, if both data says that it's bad for the USD, the talks of oh yeah, we expect on a technical level, no, we should expect that the USD will weaken for the rest of the month. Okay? Barring any unforeseen circumstances. Yan. Okay, so let's move on to our market outlook. Okay. So basically, our non-farm payroll last month was very strong. Our expected number was 144,000, but somehow it closed at around 254,000, which is sobrang laki. That's about 110,000 more, which is a very, very significant number. That's why USD trended in the past month. All right. Unemployment rate dropped to around 4.1%, which is much, much lower than anticipated. So they were expecting 4.2, I guess, 4.2%. But then only 4.1 was reported. And then wage growth. So yeah, month on month, there was a 0.4% increase and a 4% year-on-year wage increase. And then the projections for this month by our analysts, global analysts, suggest that the number would be at around 140,000 with a steady unemployment rate of 4.1. Ayan. So in-expect nila na 4.1 lang si unemployment rate while ang NFP result would be somewhere around 140,000. The sentiment is 90% chance of a Fed rate cut this November to cut the interest rates on a lower end. So yeah, maybe 25 basis points or 50 basis points. It depends, no, as to what would be the next two data's result, particularly NFP tonight and CPI next week. And the impact on assets, no, some of course expect volatility for gold, major pairs, and of course, stocks and indices. All right, ito yun. So, strong NFP may push the dollar index to above 104 and weak data could lead to a drop. Yeah, simply put. Dalawa lang naman tayo outcomes. Okay, so as far as economic strength is concerned, sobrang robust, no, nung result no September. So, if mataas pa rin ang data ngayong October which exceeds expectations. The expectation is around 113 to 140,000. So if somehow it exceeds that, then definitely you should expect a reaction or much volatility in a positive way towards the USD. And then as far as currency movement goes, course, yun nga, it would be strong for the US dollar, assuming that there is a positive, if the outcome is positive. Ayun. So, si gold naman, eto, medyo tricky na si gold kasi somehow, kahit tumataas pa rin ng US dollar, tumataas pa rin si gold on a global scale, no? So, somehow, nagsisimula ng ma-disassociate or ma-dissolve ng correlation, ng inverse correlation ng gold pati ng US dollar because for a time, they were inversely correlated. Ngayon, medyo naghihiwalay na sila ng landas. So, let's see. Kung ano, ito, medyo ano to. So, medyo subjective na talaga pagdating sa gold kasi nga, yung correlation niya for the past months, no? Ilang beses siya nag all-time high pero yung dollar lumalakas din. So, somehow, medyo ano to, medyo humiwalay na siya dun sa correlation nila. Alright? So, stock market dynamics, of course, if there is a tendency for stock prices to boost in the anticipation of a rate cut. Okay? But if the Forex market grows, or rather the NFP data grows, there would be a decline in the stock prices. All right, TA, of course, given we will do this, no? And then, of course, US elections would also take center stage in the prices after November 5. Of course, this November 5, I'm sure alam naman ng majority sa atin that there is an upcoming elections in the United States. So, there. So, this was a topic in the previous Traders Fair wherein it was projected by one of the analysts there that if Trump wins, there would be a 6 to 8 months of trending US dollar. It will trend. But in the longer run, if Harris wins, there would be a dollar depreciation for the next 2 months and then dollar appreciation afterwards. So let's see. That was his analysis, no? I'm just sharing. Okay, so what are the expectations? Job growth is anticipated to exceed the forecast of 113,000 or 140,000. So I got this from 3 analysts, no? With the strong ADP report showing 233,000 new jobs. So meaning there's a previous ADP result last Wednesday. This is an advanced data, no? Medyo expected daw na tumaas. So in short, may tendency talaga na positive pa rin ang data mamayang gabi. All right. And of course, unemployment rate could sway undecided voters in key swing states for the upcoming election. So if unemployment rate is high, or is rather good, no, is lower than 4.1 or is just maintained at 4.1, somehow yung mga tao, they would be swayed to vote for Harris as kasi iniisip nila it's a Democrat naman si Biden, so they would continue with with what they're doing if Kamala wins. So if the unemployment is low, then definitely it could sway the voters. Okay, so here are some scenarios. So if within expectations, that is 113K to 140K with 4.1% unemployment, gold remains stable, stocks rise slightly, and USD holds steady with, of course, minimal political impact whatsoever in terms of the election results. If above expectations and a lower unemployment rate at around 4%, gold drops due to the higher interest rate expectations, stocks and USD rise, and of course, this favors Harris but unlikely due to lead to a Democratic majority. Okay, next. Below expectations, kapag mababa pa sa 113,000 and mas managing 4.2% or higher ang unemployment, matik, si Republicans, no, they would definitely turn out good, no, pagdating sa results na elections, and thus they would also impose tariffs and tax cuts as yun yung plataforma ni Donald Trump. And of course, gold rises exceedingly so. Yun din, the USD weakens. All right, and then mixed data. no? So, ito yung madalas mangyari, yung mixed data. So, sabi dito, kunwari, above 140K ang NFP data natin, tapos, yun na medyo slightly, no? Na tumaas din ang unemployment. So, initial boost for stocks in USD, gold declines a little bit with the high unemployment rate could enhance Trump's prospects. Kasi nga naman, syempre, kung if they feel that the status quo is good enough, then continuation lang ang hinahanap ng voters. Next, of course, if the mixed data is in favor of Harris, meaning a low NFP data with lower unemployment rate, then gold rises, stocks and the USD falls in the short term, and lower jobless rates support Harris, potentially reducing inflation sa US. Yan. So, yun yung mga scenarios natin. Okay. Let's move on to backtesting and charting. Ayan. Okay, so I have prepared 3 assets here. So basically, this is the current candle, the daily candle for today, November 1st. Yan, can you see it? Ito naman po, ano? Ayan. So basically, your support is somewhere here. Yeah. Wait. Okay. So basically, this is a significant area, no? So somehow, medyo malayo na siya. So it can, if there is a positive USD data, it could land back here in this area. Or if there's negative US data, the next key level would be next key level, this one, no? Somewhere around here. Medyo gitna na pala siya. This is the next key level. So, to medyo subjective to, but then again, based on data, it could probably go to that direction. Not in the short term. This is the daily chart, FYI lang, no? Not in the short term, but this is the next key level. So there are several prices that are, or rather, there are several positions stuck in there, and there are positions stuck here. So that gained momentum in the upside. So expect natin na if it goes down, it goes back to planet Earth, which is somewhere here on this price. But if it goes up, so it could reach over there. Currently, there's a confirmed reversal, no? But somehow, tingnan natin. This is now a tweezer, eh. So as far as patterns go, this is a tweezer as it is, no? And it could go further down if the NFP data is positive. But if there's negative NFP data, it could rise higher. Okay? This is for Euro USD. Let's go to USD JPY. All right. As far as USD JPY is concerned, this is daily chart also. So, okay. This is you have significant price over here. And that was a significant price level. So, the price can shoot up if there's positive NFP data. However, just be mindful of this price also. So, it's quite in the middle right now. Medyo gitna, no? So, somehow, if NFP data releases and it's bad, so it could go up somewhere there and then it could trend downwards. Okay? 100 points din pala. Possible. But, if there is positive US data, chances are it will go back here before it trends upward. So, that's roughly around another 100 pips. So, marami naman tayong options, no? Okay, next. Let's go for gold. Si gold, as mentioned, no, na wala na kasing correlation ng USD tsaka ng gold. on the long term, as you've seen now from our 200 MA and of course yung ating chart itself, there's really an upward trend for gold. Sobrang bullish niya. So if there's positive NFP data, wala naman masyado magiging epekto sa gold. So say for example, there is positive NFP data, it could pull gold back probably in this level. Right. Probably on this level, yeah, it could pull back in the, no, not much. Mga dito lang. Could pull back in that direction, yes. But that's about it. But if it trends higher, well, all-time high yun eh. Di ba? So, I'm not sure kung hanggang saan siya pupunta. It can even surpass the 2,800 level if it wants to. Because that's how gold is at right now. It's really, it's really bullish. So, there. So, question so far? You have questions, feel free to use the chat box, no? So we can address the concerns.
Yes, you have any questions, guys? Just jot down your questions. Ano daw
Ayan.
prediction mo, coach?
Ako, prediction ko, ito lang. Mas longer term kasi tayo lagi mag-trade, ano? Personally, again, I can only speak for myself, no? If na-maintain ni US dollar itong positive na NFP, which is somewhere around 140,000 and above, this NFP data, plus they maintained at least the 4.1% unemployment rate or naging 4.2 pa and beyond, then expect nyo na malakas pa rin na US dollar in the upcoming months leading up to the inflation data ng CPI next week. Otherwise, kung medyo tumabla lang or lower, ang mangyayari dyan is that, syempre, medyo hihina ng very slight US dollar. And somewhat, yung inflation data pa next week ang magti-trigger pa ng further positions or further deductions or increase ng interest rates sa Federal Reserve. Okay? So with that said, thank you very much. If you have questions, now is the time for us to address them.
Do you have any questions, guys?
Yan, gusto natin ng tanong.
And sir, Coach Carl, why is it that US dollar is now no longer inversely correlated with gold? What is the reason? Now we can no longer predict gold anymore using US
Oo.
dollar.
Oo, mirap lalo. We cannot predict the gold prices anymore. Somehow they, well actually, the correlation itself, no? Hindi naman siya, it's not something that is permanent. Somehow they split. If you can recall, there was a time that Euro and GBP was highly correlated, but somehow in the middle of it, they parted ways. And then somehow they got correlated again. So it happens, no? It's on a seasonal, it's a cycle. As far as when the cycle will continue, where the US dollar and gold will be inversely correlated again, we don't know. Only the market will tell. But as far as technical analysis is concerned, and even fundamentally speaking, gold is really trending right now. It's on the longer term, and from the chart itself, it's saying that it's really bullish. Though your RS, I would probably say that it's already overbought and so on and so forth. But then our indicators are just there as a guide. So you have to also analyze using other means, such as, of course, fundamentals, and of course, not just rely on one single set of indicators. Yeah, but yun nga, to address the question further, no one knows when they will be correlated again, but the good indicator of US dollar or of gold value is to check the outcome of the upcoming elections, plus of course the changes in policy of the Federal Reserve Bank, if they would be increasing the interest rates or lessening it.
Is buy stop, sell stop a good strategy?
Buy stop, sell stop. Wait, let me share the screen again. Say, for example, you want to do it here. Let me show you. Are you looking to do a buy stop over there and a sell stop over here? Is that what you're thinking? Uh, yes and no. Yes and no.
Why?
You might not be as fast as the market when you want to if you want to execute that. Kasi 'di ba, part of that strategy is for you to be really fast in executing. Mabilis ka pumindot because again, this is not much. This is like 50 pips. Oh, not even. Yeah, 81 pips. Barely. Barely 81 pips. Your NFP data can do this, oh.
So, ito yung with the trader mo. Ito yung
Yes. So, yan. So, if your NFP data can do this, or rather any other data can do this, yan,
Kailangan-
you can see the candlesticks, right? So, if other data can do that, why not NFP? So, you really need to be very fast in executing. Otherwise, may tendency na baka umakit na ng konti si market just for you to hit your buy stop, and then suddenly it
Buy
went
stop.
down to execute your sell stop. What's gonna happen then?
Lagot. Lagot.
So, di ba? So, yun yung risk nun.
The
So,
catch.
yeah, that's the catch, no? So, especially, no, if you're looking at highs, no, gagawin mo yun sa H4 eh. Ano ba ang daily high mo? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito pa lang, ilang hours pa lang ba tayo since nag-start kanina umaga? Anong oras na ba? 6. Nag-start tayo ng 6, di ba? So, 4-hour chart to. So, 3 candles pa lang. So, ang daily high mo, currently, andito sa taas. Ito yung daily low mo. Zoom in natin. This is your daily high over there. Let's use this. This is your daily high. This is your daily low. So, if you wanna do a sell stop, you're projecting to do it here. Di ba? Tapos ang daily high mo dito. So, just right above it, that's where you put your buy stop. Sige. Not for this asset. Not for this asset. Because again, yung potential mong kikitain, kaya naman yung, the market can actually move this much in a day, and that's not even the record high, no? You can even consider this. That's about 400 pips in a day. So, yeah, it's a tough call. So, which is why if you have the option to wait for the CPI data next week to confirm everything, just put in the results of the NFP plus the CPI data are consistent, the positive for the US dollar, then you can place a trade in favor of the US dollar. Positive swap ka pa kasi mataas ang interest rate ng USD in comparison with Euro and of GBP and of course JPY. Negative interest rate ng Japanese yen. Very minimal ang interest rate ng Euro and GBP. I think nasa 4% ang interest rate ng USD. So, which is higher. So, positive swap ka pa dyan. Kikita ka na sa swap while you're maintaining the trade.
Okay, do you have any more questions, guys? If wala na, then we have to let Coach Scarlett to go. I think you also have a training tonight at 8 p.m., right?
Not today kasi holiday eh. So
It's
nag-take off din yung mga
holiday.
usual attendees natin.
Oh,
But we will
yeah.
resume next week. In particular fundamental analysis ang ating session, and I would appreciate if most of our attendees today would also participate in that one.
Yeah, so we have to thank, of course, Coach Carl for this opportunity because even
course.
on a holiday, he's here with us, di ba? Kaya talagang thankful tayo kay Coach Carl na talagang grabe yung desire niya to help us and to educate us. And I hope nagkaroon ng clarity, guys, yung utak niyo when it comes to NFP tonight. So let's be careful in trading, okay? Make sure that medyo galingan nyo pag bumilis magpindot. Bilisan nyo yung pindot nyo because if you're doing the strategy of buy stop, sell stop, you really have to be very, very careful and you have to be very, very fast. Okay? So I believe, guys, that we have learned a lot today. And tonight we will be having another training together with Coach Sherry and Coach Gio for the navigation of Solex and Defiver. So right now we will be teaching you on how you will be able to learn about crypto and how you will be able to navigate more about the platform of economy. Again, thank you so much, Coach Carl, for this opportunity and thank you for helping us. By the way, guys, here's the link for our tonight's webinar. Please join. It will start in 15 minutes, okay? So we will be teaching you on how to navigate the platform of Defiverse as well as Solex. It's very important, especially to all of our economy students. All right? See you again and here's the link. Okay? Diyan ba kayo? Buhay ba kayo? Parang hindi ko nararamdaman ng mga presensya nyo. Can you type one nga if you're still alive and kicking? Or ako na lang nandito? Ayun. Hindi naman, Coach Carl. Ayan. Buhay na buhay naman sila. Ayan, no? Naka-one nga. Pero ayan, guys, join our Zoom webinar. Paki-copy-paste na lang tong ating link. So, see you in 15 minutes. Alright? So, see ya!